Upfront and Outspoken with Bob Williams. If you love the Constitution,
man is not free unless government is limited.
if you love freedom,
As government expands, liberty contracts.
if you believe in personal responsibility, if you believe America is still the greatest nation on earth, then get ready for an experience you'll never forget. This is Upfront and Outspoken. Here's your host, Bob Williams.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
That's right. That's right. You know what that means. It's time for my rant. And yes, I am mad as hell. You know, I have had the opportunity to meet several people, and we've gotten leads, shall we say, regarding several things. And one lead brought us to bear again on Savannah. That's right. You're wondering, what the hell am I talking about? Why Savannah? Why am I picking on Savannah? Well, first you have a corrupt government. Now you have an extremely corrupt school. Yes, and I'm going to call it out for just as it is. The Savannah College of Arts and Design, SCAD, as it is affectionately, shall we say, or infamously called. Well, SCAD, guess what? I'm calling you out. That's right, I'm calling you out. The president, Paula Wallace. Oh boy, guess what? You're about to hear some stuff that you probably haven't heard before. If you've never heard of the name Bobby Zarem, and I always, you know me, I always have a tendency to mispronounce last names. But Bobby, if you don't know who he is, you do know who Al Pacino is. You do know who Jack Nicholson is. Am I getting your attention now? Bobby is a PR person, very well known. He's a legend in the field of PR. And it seems, what can I say? Bobby returned to Savannah back in 2005 and was given a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Savannah Film Festival. But the thing is Bobby, previously to that, since 1998, his job was to woo talent to the film festival. And guess what? In 2014, they did not renew his contract. Now, that doesn't sound so bad. But when you find out some of the circumstances to this, it's going to make you wonder, all right, was this in retaliation for what he did? And I'm going to tell you, yes, it is. From what I see, it is. I have read things, and guess what? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. Now, remember the name I said earlier, Paula Wallace. I want you to remember that name. She is the president and founder of SCAD. That's right. She's the president and founder of SCAD. Now, bear that name in mind, because you're going to want to keep that name in mind. But anyhow, Bobby brought up the fact that, guess what? 4 women had come to him and said they were sexually assaulted on the campus of SCAD. That's right. That's right. And he went to warn the SCAD president. She told him she was going to launch an investigation. Instead, however, Paula Wallace initiated a cover-up. Now, I'm going to leave it right there because there's ongoing litigation regarding this. But I want to take you back in time. Back in time to a little bit. And I have to thank the author, Warren St. John. He is the author of Sinister Designs. And I had a chance to read his report. And I got to admit, I was amazed at what I read. Why? Well, it seems that problems really got out of hand for SCAD back in 1991. And how am I saying this? All right. It seems that there was a murder of a, okay, well, I should put it this way. There was a murder of a female student who was shot in the head. A student was raped in her dorm. Another killed himself by leaping off the roof of the downtown DeSoto Hilton. And Mike Walsh, a senior, went to the rooftop of SCAD, I want to say Habersham, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Hall, took off his clothes, jumped to his death. Now, it got to the point where even the students on campus called it a city of ghosts and goblins, and I'm talking about the city of Savannah. Now you're saying, okay, so we had a few deaths and all that. That's common. No, it's not. This all goes back. Each one of these people came out to find out that many of them committed suicide because they were sexually assaulted on campus, and yet the campus administration back in 1991 did nothing, absolutely nothing about it. So the students decided, okay, we're going to do something about it. Now remember when I mentioned the name Paula Wallace? Yeah, she's the president and founder of SCAD. Well, her when SCAD was founded, when, and this is the best part of all, when SCAD was founded, her name was Paula Rowan. That's right. Now that name will ring a bell with you because SCAD has been under scandal for many, many years. They have been, so much has been brought up. They have done cover-up after cover-up after cover-up, payouts, threatened people, did everything they could to try to keep the name of SCAD, unblemished. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work. And this has been going on since 1991. I mean, I could go on and sit here and read the entire article, and you would be amazed at all the characters who are involved in this scandal. Well, guess what, Mrs. Wallace, a.k.a. Rowan? I'm calling your ass out. I'm calling you out. I want you to come on my show and address these allegations laid against you. Back from 1991, when your then husband took off with a 14-year-old. Ooh. You didn't know that, did you? Well, he did. Took off, left the country with a 14-year-old. So obviously she got divorced. Now this school is tarnished so badly. I am surprised anybody wants to enroll in it. I am surprised. But yet, because of money and politics, they're able to continue on as if nothing is going wrong. But yet, guess what, folks? You have new allegations coming out against you. There is an investigation going against you. I can't say by who, by what, by anything, but I can tell you, Bobby's legal team is coming down your throat, SCAD, and every skeleton in your closet is going to come out. If I can find this on the surface, and I can put this together, then God damn it, why can't the media in Savannah say, hey, whoa, we got issues with this school. Something's not right here. But yet, the media in Savannah is so paranoid, they don't want to air it. They don't want to get behind it. They don't want to do anything because they're afraid of the repercussions. Well, guess what? I'm not afraid of you. Far from it, Savannah. I am far from afraid of you. I warned you people in Savannah a long time ago, if there is skeletons in your closet, I'm going to dig them out. If there are things going on in Savannah that need to be known and it has to be brought out to a court of public opinion, if nothing else, I'm going to do it. Well, guess what? I'm bringing this out to the court of public opinion here and now. And I dare Paula Wallace or her legal team to come on air, come on my show, and address these allegations levied against them. You have a legend filing a suit against you because of the fact that you fired him. You canceled his contract because he brought up the allegations to you, Miss Wallace, and you are doing a cover-up. Come on, Wallace. Get off your high horse. If you've got nothing to hide, then why did you not start the investigation? Why are you sitting with your finger up your ass doing absolutely nothing, but yet you take your vengeance, your venom out on a legend? I want to know. So I dare you, Paula Wallace, a.k.a. Rowan, come forth. Come on my show. I'll bet you what. I'll give you 10-to-1 odds. You won't. You're about as skanky and as gutless as Mr. Thomas is, as Miss Jackson is. I sent the invitation out to all of them to come on my show and address allegations levied against them, and you know what I got? Nothing. Absolute silence. All right, Mrs. Wallace. Your turn. Your turn. Come on out. Come on out and take me on. Come on my show and address the allegations. Come on my show and address them. One by one by one. I'll bet you don't. I'll bet you don't. Oh, I'll probably get a threatening letter. I'm not going to say I won't. But guess what there, Miss Wallace? It's called the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. And if you haven't read it, you better read it. It's called the freedom of speech and freedom of the press. That's right. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press. Am I scared of you? Hell no. Are you scared of me? You probably better be. You get on my hot seat and you will answer my questions. I will not send them to you in advance. Not going to happen. You come on my show, you take your chances. Simple as that. But guess what? I got news for you. You come on my show and I will show you the vengeance of the pit bull. I'm not playing games with you, Mrs. Wallace, a.k.a. Rowan. You know, I encourage people. Read the article. Read the article. And I got news for you. You read this article. You read the article called Sinister Designs. Excuse me. Excuse me. Live radio. Read the article by Warren St. John called Sinister Designs. And you're going to find out about it. Then I want you to go. Yes, you're going to ask me, where do I go? I want you to go to page6.com. Look up Bobby Zarem. You're going to find him. Read the articles. Read both of the articles. And then you will see for yourself. This cover-up has been going on and on and on and on. And yet nobody in Savannah, no media outlet is willing to take the banner, willing to have the balls to go up against the powerful people, because money talks and bullshit walks. Isn't that what they say? If you wave money under a person, more than likely, in some instances, they're going to sit there and say, well, we'll take the money. We don't want to do this. Or they're intimidated. That's right, they're intimidated. They're looking at their bottom line. Well, I'm not looking at my bottom line here, folks, because there is no bottom line. My bottom line is this. If you are a conspirator of a cover-up, I'm coming after you. I'm not worried about my bottom line. Not hardly. I'm worried of getting to the truth. You people in Savannah need to wake up. Isn't it time that you've had enough of this bullshit that's going on over there? Every day, just about every day, I hear more and more and more coming out of Savannah. And yet you people just refuse to do anything about it. You are like, you would rather sit with your finger up your tuchus and do nothing. You're pacified by the fact of doing nothing. You're pacified. You're desensitized to the realities of what is going on there. Sexual assault on a college campus is uncalled for. They must be held accountable. And Paula Wallace, instead of doing a cover-up, how about opening it up? How about allowing investigators in there? Independent. I am talking totally independent. I'm not talking about someone you got in your back pocket. I'm talking about somebody from somewhere else. Come in there. Do the investigation. If Bobby saw it and he brought it to you, you did nothing. Do you honestly think for one goddamn minute I'm going to believe anything coming out of your mouth, Wallace? Oh. But I challenge you. I dare you to come onto my show. Address these allegations. They stem all the way back to 1991. Suicides by what I can only perceive as sexual assault victims. Suicides. You know, one even burned himself alive. One of them even burned themselves. All suicides. And the only time when you have that, you know, it seems, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, yeah, if you believe that, I really got something for you. These suicides were the result of being sexually assaulted. Bobby saw it. People approached him about it. He brought it to you, Wallace. He brought it right to your doorstep, and you started a cover-up. Well, I'm going to pull that carpet out from underneath you, Wallace. I'm going to dethrone you. And then you're going to be answering to a higher authority. You claim yourself as a religious woman? Yeah, right. Yeah. I believe that like I believe I need another hole in my head. I believe that as much as there's oceanfront property in Arizona, as there's a desert in Florida. Yeah. You are about as holy as Satan himself. So Miss Wallace, a.k.a. Rowan, I challenge you. I challenge you. I dare you. Come on my program. Address these allegations against you, levied against you by one of the most prominent and legendary PR persons around. Do you think a man that could bring in Michael Douglas and others to the Savannah Film Festival has reasons to lie? Do you think he has? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. He has no reason to lie. His reputation speaks for itself. When you get the likes, when you get the likes of Jack Nicholson, Michael Douglas, Woody Harrelson, Al Pacino, all behind you, and even a character in a Al Pacino movie is based in part on Bobby, I find it extremely difficult to believe that Bobby's lying. But I do believe, Miss Wallace, that in your vengefulness, which you have shown in the past, has reared its ugly head again. You have every intentions of self-satisfying yourself. You have no inclinations of having the truth come out. No way. You don't want your school to have a blemish on it. Well, it's got blemishes dating back to the 1990s and probably even before that. Your husband, oh, I should say former husband, Wow. Talk about a sordid affair. Left the country. And now rumor has it he's somewhere back here in the United States. We don't know where. But rumor has it in the rumor mill that Mr. Rowan is back here in the States. It's going to be interesting to find out if that's true or false. I don't know. And like I said, it's just simply a rumor at this point. But I am going to tell you, folks, I'm not going to lay off Savannah. Your mayor is corrupt. Your city council is corrupt. Your police department is corrupt. Your school, SCAD, is corrupt. And yet, the media in your own hometown refuses to do anything. They would rather sit there with their finger up their tuchus and do nothing. Who's paying them off? That's what I want to know. Who's paying off the media to shut their mouth? Isn't our job here in the media that no matter who it hurts, no matter what happens, it is our job, our responsibility to get you the truth? You need to know. That's our job in the media. But yet, it seems many are turning tail and running the opposite direction. And I want to know why. Why is the media in Savannah so scared of this one woman? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid not to investigate SCAD? Why are you afraid not to take up the issue of Edna Jackson, of Tony Thomas? Why are you so scared? What is it with you people? It is our job in the media to report the news. And yet you want to turn tail and go the other direction. Shame on you. I am here to give my listeners the truth based on what I see. And I see the scandal with SCAD going way back. The first really known events started back in 1991. I want you to read that article. I want you to read it. Don't take my word for it. You never have before. I don't expect you to now. I expect you to look it up for yourself. Then compare it to the current litigation that was filed in November of last year. This is ongoing, folks. This hasn't been concluded. This hasn't had any judgments entered against it or for it. This is still ongoing litigation. But I want you to go. I want you to check it out. Check out the article, Sinister Designs by Warren St. John. Well-known author. But I got news for you. This is all based on fact. I mean, fact. He's an investigative journalist. He's an author. He's not going to write something down that he hasn't investigated, that he hasn't checked out. So I want you to read that. It's called Sinister Designs by Warren St. John. Then I want you to go to page6.com. That's PAGSIX.com. Type in Bobby Zarem. That's Zarem. Bobby, Bobby. And you're going to find the articles. Read them. But read the two about Bobby first, then go back to Sinister Designs. And look at the correlation. It's too obvious. If a dumb journalist like me, a talk show host like me, can put it together and see how corrupt this school is, why can't Savannah media see this corruption? Why are they sitting on their asses and doing absolutely nothing? That's my question. Why won't they? And the only thing I can think of is they're scared They're scared. It's as simple as that. They are running and turning tail and trying to do everything they possibly can to avoid the truth. They don't want to hurt Savannah's income. And yes, Savannah, I know your main source of income is tourism, but come on. The court of public opinion is coming after you, Savannah, and I am raising the alarm. I'm not good at, I'm just getting the facts out there. I'm not your judge. I'm not your jury. I'm not your executioner. But it's time the citizenry of Savannah becomes a judge, jury, and executioner. It is time the court of public opinion be held. It is time Savannah gets up their ass, gets on the bandwagon and says, hey, that is it. We're fed up. We're fed up with Bob Williams getting behind the mic and bad-mouthing us. Well, I'm going to continue to do so if I see stuff like this. What the hell do you expect me not to do? Your mayor. Yes, your own mayor is, right from her office all the way down, as corrupt as all hell. We know it. You know it. I know it. Probably the world knows it by now. And I've got news for you. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And I'm going to be coming after you. Time and time again. As this story develops, I will be bringing you updates. As the story against Edna Jackson and Mr. Thomas develops, I'm going to bring it to you. You need to know this. You need to hear it. You need to know it. Does it put a target on my back? Probably. Do I give a rat's ass? Nope. Not hardly. I'm going to be coming after you. I'm coming after you hard. And when you give me the right bone, you're not getting it back. That's all I can tell you. You're not going to get it back. I'm going to break right here. And right after the NPR News, James Napier will be joining me and telling me all about the benefit last night at John A's. Don't go away.